Hello everyone, every morning offers a fresh page, an untapped reservoir of potential, and the most successful people understand this better than anyone. The foundation of their greatness is built on a simple but profound truth: clarity is power. Before they rush into the chaos of the day, before distractions pull at them, they sit with themselves and get clear about what they truly want. This clarity isn't about vague wishes or fleeting desires. It's about defining who they are, what they stand for, and what mission they are committed to. Imagine starting your day with this kind of unwavering focus, where every action, every decision is aligned with a clear purpose. It's not luck or talent alone that separates high achievers from the rest. It's the deliberate choice to begin each day with intention. This daily ritual of clarity creates a mental framework that drives energy, discipline, and resilience throughout the day. When you wake up knowing exactly what you want to accomplish and why it matters, your brain begins to organize everything around that goal. It's like programming a GPS that guides every step forward, but this clarity doesn't come from wishful thinking or passive hoping. It demands a ritual, a committed moment where distractions are cast aside and you connect deeply with your own vision. High achievers use this time to visualize their ideal day, to feel the emotions of success, to remind themselves of the reasons behind their relentless pursuit. This isn't just positive thinking. It's a powerful mental rehearsal that primes the brain and body to perform at their peak. This clarity also acts as a filter for the millions of choices you'll face throughout the day. Without it, distractions derail your progress. Without it, your energy is scattered and your momentum is broken. But with clarity, every yes and no becomes easier. Every action becomes purposeful. It's not about doing more, it's about doing what matters most. Consider how this shapes your identity. When you begin each day with a crystal clear sense of your purpose and priorities, you start to embody the person who is capable of achieving greatness. Your self-image shifts from uncertainty or procrastination to confidence and determination. You begin to operate from a place of power rather than reaction. This identity shift is subtle but profound. It influences how you hold yourself, how you speak, how you make decisions, and ultimately, how you show up in the world. High achievers know that their mornings set the tone for their entire life. They guard this time fiercely because they realize that without clarity, even the most motivated efforts can lead to frustration and burnout. By creating a morning ritual that centers on clarity, they lay the groundwork for unstoppable momentum. This clarity ritual isn't complicated. It's a mindset practice, a few moments dedicated to aligning with your highest vision, a time to prioritize your actions with purpose. The beauty is that anyone can cultivate this ritual. It doesn't require hours of meditation or expensive coaching. It requires commitment and a willingness to pause and ask, what am I here to do today? What would make today a success? What beliefs do I need to hold to become the person I aspire to be? Answering these questions daily creates a mental blueprint that guides your behavior, your emotions, and your choices. When you take this step, you shift from being a passive participant in your life to becoming the architect of your destiny. You reclaim your power from the chaos of external demands and focus it inward. This is how high achievers win, not because they have more time or resources, but because they master their mornings with clarity and intention. And it doesn't stop with just one day. This clarity ritual compounds over time, like interest in a bank account. The more consistently you begin each day with intention, the more your confidence grows, the sharper your focus becomes, and the easier it is to overcome obstacles. The clarity you create each morning builds an unshakable foundation for resilience and success. This is why high achievers never leave their day to chance. They treat clarity as a non-negotiable daily ritual, a sacred moment to reset, refocus, and realign with their deepest purpose. When you step into this practice, you awaken a force within yourself that propels you forward. You become unstoppable not because life suddenly gets easier, but because your mind becomes unbreakable, your energy unstoppable, and your purpose undeniable. So today, before you dive into the busyness, before distractions pull at you, stop and ask yourself, what do I want? Why do I want it? Who must I become to achieve it? Let this be your morning prayer, your daily command, and watch how everything changes. Clarity is not just a luxury of the successful. It's their secret weapon, and it can be yours too. The moment you commit to this clarity ritual, you're no longer drifting. You're steering your life with intention, purpose, and power. Every step you take after that morning moment moves you closer to the life you deserve, because you're no longer living by default. You're living by design. This is how greatness begins. Before the world demands your attention, before the noise and distractions pull you in every direction, there is a sacred moment reserved for those who achieve at the highest level. It's the moment they prime their mind and body to become unstoppable. High achievers understand that success is not just about external actions, but about the internal state from which those actions flow. Their daily ritual of priming sets the tone for everything that follows. They don't wait to react to the day. They proactively prepare themselves to dominate it. Priming is more than just a routine. It's a deliberate process that aligns your physiology, emotions, and thoughts with your highest goals. When you move your body intentionally, when you engage your breath and voice with purpose, you send signals to your brain that say, I am ready, I am powerful, I am in control. This activates your nervous system and floods your body with energy and focus, replacing sluggishness or doubt with vitality and confidence. It's a ritual that wakes up every cell, every neuron, and ignites your inner fire. Many high achievers start their mornings with movement, not as a chore, but as a celebration of what their body can do. This might be a brisk walk, a series of stretches, yoga, or even a quick set of jumping jacks. The goal is to shift from a state of rest or sleep inertia into one of alertness and presence. Movement increases blood flow to the brain, releases endorphins, and sets off a chain reaction that elevates mood and cognitive function. This physical activation is the foundation of priming because your mind cannot perform at its best if your body is sluggish or tired. Breathing exercises are another essential part of the priming ritual. When you breathe deeply and rhythmically, you calm the nervous system, reduce stress hormones, and bring your attention fully into the present moment. This practice cuts through mental fog and anxiety, creating space for clarity and creativity. It also trains your mind to focus on what matters, shutting out distractions before they even arise. This simple act of conscious breathing becomes a tool you can use anytime during the day to regain control and recalibrate your state. But priming isn't just about physical and breath work. It's also about the language you speak to yourself. High achievers engage in what's called incantations, a powerful form of self-talk delivered with emotion and conviction. They don't whisper half-hearted affirmations, they shout their beliefs with passion. This intense verbal rehearsal rewires the brain, strengthening neural pathways linked to confidence, courage, and resilience. When you speak with power and emotion, your mind begins to accept those truths as reality, and your body follows suit. This kind of focused self-communication can shift your entire physiology from fear or doubt to strength and possibility. Visualization is the next layer of this ritual. High achievers vividly imagine themselves succeeding, feeling the emotions tied to that success as if it's happening right now. This mental imagery primes the brain to recognize opportunities and solutions aligned with your vision. The brain cannot distinguish between real and vividly imagined experiences, so when you practice success in your mind, your nervous system is trained to perform accordingly in real life. Visualization is a rehearsal for greatness, an act of intentional programming that prepares you to move confidently toward your goals. Together, these elements, movement, breathing, incantations, and visualization, create a powerful synergy that elevates your entire state. This isn't some fluffy positive thinking trick. It's a neuroscience-backed strategy that transforms how your body and mind respond to challenges. When you prime yourself like this daily, you develop an unshakable baseline of energy and focus that carries you through tough moments, setbacks, and distractions. High achievers know the world will throw curveballs, but by beginning their day with priming, they They develop the resilience to stay centered and driven no matter what. This ritual becomes their anchor, their source of power, and their secret weapon for consistency and success. It's a daily investment in your mental and physical state that pays exponential dividends. You don't have to be an athlete or a meditation master to harness the power of priming. It's accessible to anyone willing to commit to a few minutes each morning to prepare themselves intentionally. It can be as simple as stretching and breathing deeply, speaking out loud the qualities you want to embody, and picturing yourself overcoming challenges with ease. What matters most is the consistency and emotional intensity you bring to these moments. When you prime yourself daily, you send a message to your subconscious mind that you are serious about your goals and that you are ready to operate at a higher level. This mental and physical alignment boosts your confidence, sharpens your focus, and ignites your motivation. It's no longer a question of if you will succeed but when. Priming also builds momentum. Each morning, as you invest in this ritual, you create a cycle of positive reinforcement. You start your day with a win, however small, and that victory propels you forward. Over time, this compounds into greater productivity, better decision making, and an unstoppable mindset that refuses to settle for mediocrity. In the end, priming is about honoring your potential and showing up as the best version of yourself before the world demands anything from you. It's a daily commitment to lead your life with power and intention. When you make this ritual non-negotiable, you shift from living reactively to living proactively. You take control of your state, and with it, you take control of your destiny. So tomorrow morning, before you check your phone or dive into your to-do list, take a moment to move your body, breathe deeply, speak boldly, and see yourself succeeding. This is not just preparation, it's activation. This is how high achievers rise every day, and this is how you will too. When we talk about building an unstoppable mindset, one of the most crucial factors often overlooked is the power of resilience. It's not about avoiding failure or hardship, but about how you respond to it, how you bounce back, learn, and grow stronger each time you're knocked down. Resilience is the cornerstone of every success story. Without it, motivation flickers out as soon as the first obstacle appears, but with it, you become unbreakable, able to face setbacks not as dead ends but as essential parts of your journey. Think about it, life isn't a straight line. If you want to achieve anything meaningful, you're guaranteed to face challenges, doubts, and failures. These moments are not exceptions, they're the rule. High achievers don't wait for perfect conditions to act. Instead, they build resilience to keep moving forward regardless of the storms raging around them. They understand that failure isn't the enemy, it's a teacher, a guide that points you in the direction of growth. When you embrace this mindset, every setback becomes a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block. The way to cultivate resilience starts with a shift in perspective. Rather than viewing failure as a personal indictment or a signal to quit, see it as valuable feedback. Each time something doesn't go as planned, you gain insights you wouldn't have otherwise. This mindset rewires your brain to focus on solutions and possibilities instead of problems and limitations. It's like training a muscle. The more you flex your resilience, the stronger it becomes. You stop fearing failure and start anticipating what lessons it might bring. A key element in developing resilience is managing your emotional response to adversity. It's natural to feel frustration, disappointment, or even anger when things go wrong. But what separates unstoppable minds is their ability to acknowledge these emotions without being controlled by them. They cultivate emotional awareness, recognizing their feelings without judgment, and then choose how to respond deliberately. This creates a space where reason and strength can override panic or defeatism. One powerful technique to strengthen resilience is to reframe challenges as opportunities. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" start asking, "What can I learn from this?" or "How can this make me better?" This subtle shift turns obstacles into fuel for growth. It forces your mind to search for meaning and purpose behind the struggle, and when you find that, you tap into a deeper source of motivation. It's no longer about avoiding pain, but about embracing growth through discomfort. Another essential practice is building a strong support system. Resilience doesn't mean going it alone. Even the most successful people lean on mentors, friends, and communities to lift them up when times get tough. Surround yourself with people who believe in you, challenge you, and hold you accountable. Their encouragement can provide the strength you need when your own reserves run low. At the same time, offer support to others. Resilience grows exponentially when it's shared. Resilience also requires patience and persistence. Results don't come overnight, and the journey often tests your endurance more than your talent. The difference between those who succeed and those who give up is often just one more step taken after the point where most quit. This is the essence of grit, a combination of passion and perseverance over the long haul. When you commit to showing up every day, no matter how hard, you build momentum that eventually breaks through barriers. Physical and mental self-care play a huge role in maintaining resilience. When your body is depleted and your mind is cluttered, your ability to cope with stress weakens. Prioritize sleep, nutrition, exercise, and mindfulness practices to keep your system balanced and your energy high. Resilience isn't just a mental quality, it's a holistic state that depends on nurturing every part of yourself. The stronger and healthier you are, the more capacity you have to handle setbacks with grace and power. It's also critical to remember that resilience is not about being perfect or invincible. Even the most resilient people experience doubt, fear, and pain. What makes them unstoppable is their refusal to be defined or defeated by those experiences. They accept imperfection and use it as a catalyst to keep growing. This acceptance frees you from the trap of needing to be flawless and allows you to move forward with courage despite uncertainty. In the face of adversity, resilient individuals maintain a clear vision of their goals and purpose. This clarity acts like a compass, guiding them through difficult terrain. When your why is strong enough, obstacles become temporary hurdles rather than permanent walls. It's this unwavering connection to purpose that fuels resilience and keeps motivation burning bright. Ultimately, resilience is a skill you can develop and strengthen with intention. It begins with your mindset choosing to see setbacks as necessary parts of the path to success, managing your emotions wisely, and surrounding yourself with support. It requires daily commitment to patience, self-care, and persistence. But as you build this muscle, you transform from someone who is shaken by challenges into someone who thrives because of them. This shift changes everything. It makes you unstoppable because no matter what life throws your way, you have the internal resources to adapt, overcome, and keep moving forward. You stop reacting to fear and start responding with power. You don't just survive adversity, you rise through it, stronger and more determined than ever before. And that's the essence of an unstoppable mindset. When we talk about building an unstoppable mindset, one of the most powerful forces you can cultivate is unshakable confidence. Confidence is not just about feeling good or having a boost of ego. It's the foundation on which every great achievement stands. Without confidence, action falters, hesitation grows, and opportunities slip through your fingers. But when you harness true confidence, it acts like a magnetic energy that propels you forward, even in the face of fear, uncertainty, and doubt. It's the secret fuel that turns dreams into reality. True confidence doesn't come from external validation or luck. It is earned through consistent action, learning, and self-trust. It begins with knowing who you are and what you stand for, anchored deeply in your values and purpose. This inner certainty allows you to face challenges without being paralyzed by what-ifs or the fear of failure. When you have confidence, you are not ruled by circumstances or other people's opinions. Instead, you lead with conviction, knowing that whatever happens, you have the ability to adapt and overcome. One of the most effective ways to build confidence is by mastering your mindset. The stories you tell yourself about your abilities shape your beliefs and actions more than anything else. If your internal dialogue is full of doubt, negativity, or self-criticism, you sabotage your progress before you even start. But when you consciously shift your thoughts to affirm your strengths and possibilities, you create a powerful mental environment for success. Confidence grows from positive, realistic self-talk that reminds you of your past wins, your skills, and your capacity to learn and grow. Taking consistent action is another cornerstone of confidence. It's not enough to think positively or wish for success. Confidence is built by showing up and doing the work, day after day. Each small win, each step taken despite fear or uncertainty, adds layers to your self-belief. Remember, confidence is like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it gets. When you face a difficult situation and choose to act anyway, you are sending a message to your brain that you are capable and resilient. Over time, this rewires your neural pathways to associate action with empowerment rather than anxiety. Facing fear head-on is essential in building unshakable confidence. Fear is a natural part of growth, but it doesn't have to control you. When you lean into discomfort and confront your fears, you strip them of their power. You discover that fear is often based on imagined scenarios rather than reality. Each time you push through fear, your confidence expands. You prove to yourself that you can handle uncertainty, rejection, or failure and still come out stronger. This courage is the fuel that turns hesitation into momentum. Another key to confidence is preparation. Knowing your craft, honing your skills, and continuously learning create a solid foundation on which confidence rests. When you are well prepared, you reduce the unknowns and increase your sense of control. This doesn't mean you have to be perfect. Perfection is an illusion, but mastery of your domain gives you undeniable credibility and peace of mind. Confidence thrives in the space where preparation meets opportunity. Surrounding yourself with positive influences is also vital. Confidence is contagious, and the company you keep shapes your mindset. Being around people who uplift you, believe in your potential, and challenge you to grow can accelerate your confidence exponentially. On the other hand, negative or toxic environments erode your self-belief and drain your energy. Choose your tribe wisely and invest in relationships that fuel your growth and inspire courage. Learning to handle setbacks with grace further strengthens confidence. No journey to greatness is without failure or criticism. What separates unstoppable minds is the ability to view these moments as temporary and surmountable, rather than as reflections of their worth. When you develop resilience alongside confidence, you are better equipped to bounce back quickly, learn lessons, and keep moving forward without losing faith in yourself. Visualization is a powerful tool in the confidence-building arsenal. Imagining yourself succeeding vividly and in detail primes your brain to expect and create positive outcomes. This mental rehearsal helps reduce anxiety and boosts your readiness to take action. Many high achievers use visualization to reinforce their belief in their abilities and to create an emotional connection to their goals. The more you see yourself succeeding in your mind, the easier it becomes to act with conviction in real life. It's important to recognize that confidence is not arrogance. True confidence is humble and grounded. It acknowledges your strengths while accepting your imperfections. It is open to learning and growth rather than rigid or defensive. This balanced confidence earns respect and attracts opportunities, while arrogance often repels and isolates. Building unshakable confidence also involves taking ownership of your story. Instead of blaming circumstances or others for your setbacks, confident individuals hold themselves accountable for their choices and outcomes. This ownership creates empowerment because you realize that you are not a victim of your situation, but the architect of your future. With this mindset, confidence flourishes because you know that your destiny is in your hands and your actions today directly shape your tomorrow. Ultimately, unshakable confidence is a decision. It is a commitment you make to yourself to believe in your potential no matter what the world throws at you. It's a practice of showing up consistently, trusting your journey, and refusing to let fear dictate your path. When you build this kind of confidence, you become unstoppable. You stop waiting for permission or perfect conditions. You step boldly into your power, ready to create the life you desire and deserve. Remember, confidence is not something you either have or don't have. It's something you cultivate through mindset, action, preparation, and support. It's a daily choice to trust yourself, to lean into discomfort, and to celebrate progress no matter how small. As your confidence grows, so does your ability to take on bigger challenges, inspire others, and live with passion and purpose. This is the heart of an unstoppable mindset. It starts with believing in yourself fully, deeply, without hesitation. And from that belief, everything else falls into place. To truly build an unstoppable mindset, one of the most powerful forces you can harness is the art of resilience. Life will inevitably throw obstacles in your path, sometimes expected, sometimes blindside in you, and it's your ability to bounce back that determines not just your success, but the depth of your character. Resilience isn't just about enduring hardship, it's about learning, growing, and coming back stronger every time you face adversity. It's the relentless refusal to be defeated, to let setbacks define you, or to allow failure to become final. When you develop resilience, you shift from a mindset of victimhood to one of empowerment. You realize that while you cannot always control what happens to you, you can control how you respond. This realization is like unlocking a hidden power within yourself. You become the master of your reactions, choosing courage over fear, growth over stagnation. And it is this choice, made consistently, that separates those who live mediocre lives from those who achieve greatness. Resilience starts with perspective. Every challenge, every failure, every setback holds within it a lesson waiting to be uncovered. Instead of asking, "Why me?" or "What did I do wrong?" a resilient mind asks, "What can I learn from this? And how will this make me better?" This simple shift in questioning changes the entire landscape of your experience. You no longer see obstacles as insurmountable walls, but as stepping stones on your journey. The most successful people have this perspective deeply ingrained. They treat problems as puzzles to solve, not punishments to endure. Another cornerstone of resilience is emotional regulation. When faced with difficulty, the natural human response is often to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or defeated. But the unstoppable mindset trains itself to manage these emotions effectively. This doesn't mean suppressing feelings or pretending everything is fine. It means acknowledging your emotions without letting them dictate your actions. It means taking a breath, grounding yourself, and choosing to move forward regardless of how you feel in the moment. Emotional resilience is like a mental shield. It protects your clarity and focus even when external storms rage around you. Building resilience also means embracing failure as a necessary and valuable part of growth. Society often stigmatizes failure, painting it as a sign of weakness or inadequacy. But the truth is that failure is simply feedback. It tells you what doesn't work, what needs adjustment, and what new strategies you might try. Those who cultivate resilience don't fear failure, they welcome it as a teacher. They understand that each failure is a vital data point on the map to success. Without failure, there is no innovation, no progress, no mastery. Resilience allows you to fail forward, learning quickly and adapting your approach with unwavering determination. Another critical element in resilience is persistence, the grit to keep going when the going gets tough. This kind of perseverance requires deep commitment to your vision and a refusal to quit despite difficulties. It's easy to be motivated when everything is smooth and success feels near, but true resilience shines brightest in the darkest moments when doubt creeps in and giving up seems tempting. This persistence is fueled by your connection to purpose and passion, which anchor you when external circumstances shake your confidence. Support systems play a vital role in resilience as well. Nobody builds an unstoppable mindset entirely alone. Strong relationships with people who encourage, challenge, and believe in you create a foundation of support that makes it easier to bounce back from setbacks. Surrounding yourself with mentors, friends, and allies who remind you of your worth and potential when you falter can be the difference between giving up and pushing through. These connections serve as reminders that you are not isolated in your struggles, and they provide perspective and encouragement when you need it most. Practicing resilience also involves self-care and restoration. Pushing through difficulties relentlessly without tending to your mental, emotional, and physical health is a recipe for burnout. The unstoppable mindset knows that strength is built not only by action, but also by rest, reflection, and renewal. Taking time to recharge, to nourish your body and mind, and to reset your focus is essential for sustainable resilience. It's not about nonstop struggle. It's about strategic recovery so that you can come back stronger each time. Resilience is a muscle that gets stronger the more you exercise it. Each time you face a challenge and choose to rise, each time you experience disappointment and decide to try again, you are training your mind and spirit to become unbreakable. Over time, this consistent practice transforms your relationship with adversity. What once might have crushed your spirit now becomes fuel for your fire. The unstoppable mindset embraces difficulty as a natural and necessary part of the journey, not a sign to stop or retreat. Visualization and mental rehearsal can also deepen your resilience. Imagining yourself overcoming obstacles, weathering storms, and succeeding despite setbacks creates a mental blueprint that prepares you for real life challenges. This mental practice builds confidence and reduces fear by familiarizing your mind with the process of pushing through. It's like training your brain to expect success after hardship, so when the moment comes, you act with calm and clarity rather than panic and doubt. Ultimately, resilience empowers you to rewrite your story. Instead of being defined by the hardships you face, you become the author who crafts a narrative of triumph and growth. You realize that your greatest strength lies not in never falling, but in always rising. This mindset is the essence of being unstoppable, a force that no external challenge can diminish and no internal doubt can extinguish. Resilience is the bridge that connects your present struggles with your future victories. Remember, every setback is a setup for a comeback. When you build resilience, you prepare yourself not just to survive, but to thrive. You turn obstacles into opportunities and failures into wisdom. This is the foundation of an unstoppable mind. Set the unwavering belief that no matter what happens, you will rise stronger and more determined than ever. And with that belief, there is truly nothing you cannot achieve. To cultivate an unstoppable mindset, it's essential to master the art of continuous learning and growth. The world never stands still, and neither should you. When you embrace the mindset that every day presents a new opportunity to learn, improve, and expand your horizons, you unlock a powerful engine of progress that propels you beyond limitations and setbacks. Growth isn't just about acquiring new skills or knowledge. It's about evolving your way of thinking, upgrading your beliefs, and transforming your habits. This ongoing process shapes your identity and sets the foundation for lasting success. The most successful people don't see themselves as finished products. They see themselves as works in progress. They understand that the moment they stop learning, they start falling behind. In fact, the willingness to be a lifelong learner is one of the most distinguishing traits of those who build unstoppable mindsets. This commitment to growth creates a mindset of abundance, where challenges become lessons and obstacles become opportunities to refine your approach. One of the most critical aspects of continuous learning is the readiness to question your own beliefs and assumptions. We all carry mental models about who we are, what we can do, and what is possible in life. These mental models can either propel us forward or hold us back. To grow, you must be willing to examine these deeply held beliefs and identify which ones serve you and which ones limit you. This means being open to feedback, to new ideas, and even to failure as a feedback mechanism. When you challenge your old stories and beliefs, you create space for new possibilities and breakthroughs. Growth also demands stepping out of your comfort zone. It's easy to stay safe in familiar routines and predictable patterns, but real transformation happens when you push your boundaries and face uncertainty head on. Each time you try something new, take a risk, or embrace discomfort, you expand your capacity to adapt and overcome. This consistent action not only builds skills, but also builds confidence. The kind of confidence that comes from knowing you can handle whatever comes your way. Another key part of cultivating a growth mind. It is setting goals that stretch you. Goals should inspire you, challenge you, and keep you moving forward. When your goals are aligned with your passion and purpose, they ignite motivation that fuels your persistence. Yet, it's not enough to simply set goals. You must also engage in deliberate practice, breaking those goals into manageable steps and committing to steady progress. This disciplined approach to growth turns vague ambitions into tangible achievements. Learning is most effective when it is paired with reflection. Taking time to pause, assess your experiences, and extract lessons is vital. Reflection allows you to identify what's working, what's not, and where you can improve. It's through reflection that learning becomes internalized, transforming information into wisdom. Incorporate regular moments for self-review and honest evaluation in your routine to accelerate your growth journey. Surrounding yourself with a community of learners is another powerful way to nurture your growth. Being around people who challenge your thinking, inspire you, and hold you accountable creates a dynamic environment for expansion. Seek mentors, coaches, or peers who push you to elevate your thinking and support your development. This network becomes a source of inspiration, encouragement, and constructive critique, all of which are essential ingredients for continuous improvement. In addition, be mindful of the quality of the information you consume. In today's world, you are bombarded with data from countless sources, but not all knowledge is equally valuable. Cultivate discernment by focusing on high-quality content, books, courses, experiences that align with your goals and elevate your thinking. Learning from those who have already walked the path you aspire to follow accelerates your growth and prevents you from repeating unnecessary mistakes. Growth also requires patience and persistence. Transformation doesn't happen overnight. The seeds of change you plant today may take months or years to fully bloom. But if you remain committed to the process, if you show up daily to learn and improve, the compound effect will produce extraordinary results. Trust that the small, consistent actions you take are building an unstoppable foundation beneath your feet. One of the most inspiring aspects of a growth mindset is the power to reinvent yourself. No matter your past, your age, or your circumstances, you have the ability to redefine who you are through learning and growth. Every new skill mastered, every limiting belief discarded, and every habit improved is a step toward a new version of yourself, one that is stronger, wiser, and more capable. Ultimately, embracing continuous learning and growth is not just a strategy for success, it's a lifestyle. It's a commitment to becoming the best possible version of yourself, regardless of where you start or the challenges you face. It's an acknowledgement that your potential is not fixed but limitless. When you fully embrace this mindset, setbacks become fuel, challenges become teachers, and your life becomes a powerful journey of evolution. By cultivating a passion for learning, challenging your assumptions, stepping beyond your comfort zone, setting ambitious goals, reflecting regularly, connecting with inspiring others, and practicing patience, you build an unstoppable momentum. This momentum carries you forward even when the road gets tough because you know growth is your greatest ally. So commit today to never stop learning. Commit to evolving your mind, your habits, and your life. This is the true path to an unstoppable mindset, a mindset that not only achieves greatness but continually reinvents itself to reach even higher levels. When you make growth your daily ritual, you are, without a doubt, unstoppable.